everyone, this is ICO Talk. My name is Yelena, and today my guest is Desmond Marshall, an advisor of EXMO. Hello, Desmond. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, how are you doing?
Okay, fine. Thank you. So please, first of all, tell us about the project, what it's all about, and what's the main idea behind EXMO.
Well, EXMO is basically one of Europe's largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world around here. So, it's quite natural and normal for a company of that size and scale to launch their own ICOs. So I guess that's a logical way of actually giving more value to the people and to the investors into the company itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and just a few words about the history of the project. When was it launched? Who's got the idea? Why this particular idea?
Well, they approached me like last year, and I actually took a look at it. And basically, I was attracted immediately because of the potential of it. Mainly because they are actually running in operations already. So, if you compare with other ICOs, most of the other ICOs are pretty much like an idea on a piece of paper. But when we're looking into EXMO, they are basically running the platform already with quite a few years of operations already. Now, if they're not actually doing well in the business, they will be closed down, but it's not. So, which in terms of they're surviving for the past few years already in terms of cryptocurrencies and exchanging and doing the trading. So they have all the experience, even better than many of the cryptocurrency exchanges as well outside from where I'm seeing from internationally.
Okay.
So in a way, that's one of the key things that attracted me, and I think that it's got really good potential because of the solid business that they're running. And of course, if you're looking into the figures themselves, the figures say for itself already in terms of the people exchanging, the people actually trading for it. And of course, what they're thinking of is also having algo trading included as well later on. And also in terms of what they're doing in terms of the futures as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and just about a few words about the team.
Well, the team is it's strong because they have been doing the business already. So in a way, they have pretty much all the experience. And if you're talking about the cryptocurrency exchanges, now if you have a few years of experience, that's a lot in terms of what this world is talking about. So in a way, many of the cryptocurrency exchanges is just sprouting up within these past 6 months or even 1 year. But if you're comparing that, EXMO is a experienced veteran in this field around here. So in terms of what they encountered, the changes of political temperatures around here, policies, processes, I'm sure they have experienced it pretty much already for the past few years. So in a way, any new situations that comes up and what we're facing, especially in the crypto world these days, I'm sure they will be able to handle it fairly quickly and fairly professionally.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and tell us a little bit about this market. What are the key challenges on it that are to be resolved with EXMO?
Well, one of the key challenges around here is, of course, the changing policies in terms of how the governments and also how financial organizations are looking at the cryptocurrencies around these days. The good thing is Europe is still a very open market around there. So in terms of that, there's a lot of support. And when you have a lot of people supporting the cryptocurrency exchanges, mm-hmm. the probability of banning the exchange totally is very low. In fact, I will see that more regulations and compliance will be put in place for large cryptocurrencies exchanges coming along here. And with such a scale with EXMO, with their scale around here and with their kind of business model running around, it's not going to be too difficult for them to be compliant and also regulated along the way. So in a way, they have the scalability, they have the experience, and they also have the resources to actually work together with the government and also local policies and regulations as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, whom do you consider to be your main competitors here in this market?
Well, I guess everyone. When we talk about cryptocurrencies around here, well, every day we're looking at Well, Bitcoin is falling down, as we say. So, what the temperature, what the market is doing right now these days, the regulations or regulating themselves. That's one of the key things in terms of competitiveness. The competitors outside. Of course, there will be regulators. There will be other cryptocurrency exchanges sprouting up, especially from China, coming along because they have the resources. They are big, and they are actually moving towards other places as well. But of course, if we're talking about solid business and also how they are thinking about these things, of course, there will always be competitors outside. It's just a matter of how EXMO is actually building something more solid along the way with the new developments in terms of the algo trading and also in terms of the futures as well. So I guess from this end, they are actually evolving, improving themselves along the way, and trying to differentiate themselves from other cryptocurrencies.
Can you name just the list of the main differences and advantages of EXMO or other cryptocurrency exchanges?
Well, the difference in terms of the exchanges is there will always be new exchanges sprouting up on a daily basis. It's always about, number one, how many tokens are being listed. Number two, how many people are actually trading these tokens onto the exchanges themselves. Sometimes it's not about having more or less tokens. It's all about a balance between you have the right amount of tokens or the right variety of tokens, but also you have the right amount of the people and the audience and the customer base who are actually willing to trade these tokens in the cryptocurrency exchanges. Mm-hmm. So sometimes the new currencies or the new exchanges these days, what they're doing right now is actually they're trying to grab as many tokens as possible, but sometimes more is less, which means that there will be a lot of tokens around here, but people will be, okay, I'm not so sure about what these tokens are. They don't understand how these tokens, what they have behind them in terms of the business meaning. So they just see it as, okay, there's an option for me to do so, but I'm not trading it. So they still be trading into Bitcoins, Ether, or Litecoin, or these major coins around here. So in a way, education by these crypto exchanges is also critical to educate new investors to look into new coins and new tokens. Sometimes, like I said, less is actually more. So which means that there's EXMO has a good balance in terms of the number of variety of and combinations of how they actually people can actually trade it. Mm-hmm. But also most important of all is that the customers are actually willing and also doing it, trading it on a daily basis. And that's the most important thing of all.
Okay, let's now speak about the ICO. First of all, tell us the soft cap and the hard cap.
Well, I guess for EXMO around here, the soft cap and the hard cap is something irrelevant to most investors, actually. Of course, people will be looking into the amount of soft cap and hard cap, but I think that in a way, the pricing or the limit, the amounts that they are doing right now and setting is logical, mainly based upon they have actual solid business already. And what they're doing in terms of the business operations, they are moving and evolving in a very good progressive style. So for me and for the other investors, I don't think that people will be too concerned about the soft cap and hard cap. It's just a matter of how soon can you actually get onto the ICO in itself, because it's in its way, EXMO, because of this solid business and people are actually trading, and the use of how they're going to use of the token in itself, it's going to be something that there will be a lot of people that's going to be very attracted to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then tell us about the roadmap. What will be the key milestones of development of the project?
Well, for the project itself, I think it's best you actually ask the CEO of EXMO. But I guess from an investor point of view, from where I'm standing from an outsider, I would think that this is it's quite a logical roadmap, and in terms of how they are moving forward along around here, they are actually doing good progress in terms of working in terms of the business operations themselves, making the money, making the revenue, but also evolving the platform to a much more diversified, to a much more open-ended scenario, and also a platform for people to actually, of all sorts, not just individual investors, but also professional investors coming in, especially on the algo trading and also for the futures as well.
Okay. What is important to the investors is the benefits of the tokens. So tell us about the benefits of the tokens.
Well, the benefits of the tokens, I guess there's twofold around here. Some people will be looking at the value of the token itself, but from where I'm just looking into as a professional ICO investor, I would see that the trading, the frequency of the trading and the volume of the trading is actually much more important, because especially for new tokens around these days, it's not about the value of a single token per se. It's also a combination of how many people are actually trading on a daily basis, how the volumes are. Because once you start trading it, then what we call is something it's called liquidity. So with a higher liquidity, there's always going to be fluctuations in terms of the price going up and down. At least it's going up and down instead of being in dead water. And that's the worst thing that can happen to a new token.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what do you personally think about the future of the ICO market in the world, about its perspectives?
Well, I would see that ICO is a new form of fundraising, and I don't think it will go away. It's pretty much like crowdfunding. It's pretty much like traditional asking your girlfriend or your boyfriend for a loan, asking for a bank for a loan, asking your parents for seed money, and also asking for investors for equity funding as well. So it's opening up even for a VC world into an investment world, that people will be looking are still very immature at this point around here. Talking in terms of ICO, is still in the baby stages at this point around here. But as more and more people look into ICO as a new form of fundraising, I'm sure that it will just keep on going on and on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and just in conclusion, to sum it up in one or two sentences and very brief, why should I invest in EXMO?
The most important thing is actually a very good business in operations already. So even without the ICO, they are doing very well. So with the ICO, the new tokens that's coming along here, they are using it back into the customer and back into the futures, and they are actually developing in a lot in terms of evolving the platform from a business point of view, and not just only from a token point or ICO token point of view. So in a way, I see the team is very solid, very business focused, very savvy in terms of and also professional in terms of knowledge, in terms of running an actual cryptocurrency exchange.
Okay, then Desmond, thank you so much for being with us today and for this interview. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and I remind you that today my guest was Desmond Marshall, an advisor of EXMO. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch more interesting interviews. Bye-bye.